Hey Avery, Dennis Finder. Hey, thanks for getting that questionnaire back. So I'm going to kind of keep this pretty brief. I just want to give you an intro here. So um, one of the things in your comments here was that you need to be able to create multiple business units, and so that takes two forms. One can be just departments within the same entity, like a Las Vegas office, San Francisco office, Phoenix office, or it could be separate companies. And I'm not sure what you meant. So um, if you had a company, it's based out of San Diego, and you open a San Francisco department, then we can actually do departmental reporting. And I set this up the other day for somebody else, but it's like they're in Irvine. So we had five different departments within the Irvine office, and we had five different departments in the San Francisco office. And so if I want to report on those, I can just, when I run a report, just grab that range and do an Irvine departmental income statement versus budget. And then I could run one for all the San Francisco departments. Or if I just want to hand the guy in San Francisco his department and their profitability and their or against budget, I can do that as well. Uh, One of the things you had in there, and we just don't do it, is the balance sheet. The balance sheet stands as a whole company. We can separate AR out in AR reporting, but the balance sheet kind of stands on its own. It's the P&L that we do as separate departments. Two reports I think that would make sense for you are, let's see which one I got here. Hang on a second. Um, Probably this one is one that I think may make sense for you, and I'm just going to run this for job number 2 here, because I know there's some data in there. And so what you're looking at is one job number 2, which happens to be a GC job, general contracting job, with my task codes, or cost codes going down the first column here. This was my revised contract value with change orders. So my favorite example here would be, second line is, my contract as of today is for $23,000. I've billed them $6,800. They've retained $550. Okay, so my net billing is actually $63.26, whatever that is, and I'm 30% billed. But on the cost side, I had a budget of $18,000, and I've spent $7,000. So when I look at this at the end of the month, I can see that I have a negative cash flow of $673 here. If I scroll down, $7,000 here, and wow, $37,000 here. So these are the items I would highlight that I need to bring my billing up to snuff and probably increase this percent billed. Great little report, but it allows you to see where you are. And the nice part is, like, this item is all screwed up down here. I got $37,000 on an item that had no budget. I just double click that. I can see exactly what I bought and find out, wow, don't know what that invoice is. Drill back one more record to the invoice to see what that is, and probably do a journal entry to move that to the right line item. So that's one that's kind of detailed by job. I gotta put the whole year in here. This is by just one line per project, and so basically same job number 2, $94,000 in cost, $174,000 so far in billings. Add some service receivables, which you may or may not have. Those are small little work orders. So my gross profit on that job is 83% with a gross profit of 46%. So I have that one as well. And probably there's 139 cost reports. I showed you 2, but there's 137 more we could look at. But they're all out there for you to look at. So let's close that up. Again, I don't know your business exactly. If I had an Excel spreadsheet, I could probably recreate your estimate in here. So I'm just going to go to something everybody understands for some reason, and that's concrete. I don't know why, but everybody knows what sidewalk looks like and feels like. So I just go to slab here. I'm going to open these up a little bit, and we work off of a couple things. One is, this is bid item number 5, so it's going to show up on the proposal as line item number 5. I have what I call an assembly. If you're familiar with other programs, they might have called them kits or bill of materials, but we call them an assembly. And so this is for my 6-inch slab on grade. I did my takeoff quantity, and I don't care what this number is. It could be 21,000, it could be 210. It doesn't make any difference. What I have to do is, what are the components to do that? Well, I know I need base rock. I need these items. I'm not going to read them off. You can see them there. And this is the increment that I need to do each square foot. So I need 0.0324 tons of base rock to do 1 square foot of slab on grade. So when I hit my button up here, recalculate this, it takes the 210 times this to tell me that I need 6.8056 tons of rock at $6.80 a unit. That's my cost. That's my cost to do this. Here's my overhead and profit. Now I can start taking numbers to proposal. I can take these numbers to my budget. I can come up here and export this to a purchase order to buy those materials, or if it's a subcontract, print the subcontract, what have you. Again, depending on how paperless you really want to go, I have a paper clip up here. So I can start attaching emails or scanning documents. So if you got an email from a client, from a vendor that's quoting your price, I use 2 monitors. I assume everybody does. I don't know that it's a fact or not, but a lot of people do. And I have that email on my Outlook. I can grab that email with my left mouse click here and just drag it in here. And so that email is now attached to this record for future reference. So that's that. I don't want to save that. So that's pretty simple on the estimating, but it works pretty well. I'm just going to bounce around on a few things here, Avery. So security, if I'm on project management right here, that menu option, and I hit my function 7 button, I have the ability to determine what groups I have in my company. This is just a demo, so this is what we have. And I say only this person can get into project management. If I double click this and I go to this one, I have F7 again. I double click this, I can F7 each one of these. So every menu option has security to who you want as a group to get into that. So I think that's a good deal. So other people don't see other people's information. One of my other reports that I like, and it's on your list here, is committed cost report. So briefly, for a job, you can tell I like job number 2 for some reason. These are my cost codes, budget plus approved change orders on the cost side. This is the cost to date in the system so far, so I can drill down on that just like I did before. This column is all of the subcontracts that have been written but have not received invoices from the subcontractor yet, and the same thing for purchase orders. So it's reminding me of all of my outstanding commitments that I have not seen invoices for yet. So that's another one I really like. Let's see what else you got on your list here. You know, if I go into change orders, I always like to bring one up here that's filled out. And most people don't care how the information gets in there. What does it look like? And so here's a change order with your logo, your name, the customer, the project information, and then in the AIA format, the summary at the bottom of original contract, previous change orders, current this change order, and new contract value. So ability to email that or print that or fax that directly out of the system. And the other thing you'll notice up here, you'll see that this paperclip is white, and the other time we looked at it, it was not. So if it's white, it means there's something there. I have I attached the copy of the plans. This is actually on my other screen. This is the email that I dragged from Outlook. And I just dragged that there, so it's there for anybody to see. I don't even know what this is. Well, that's the actual change order with their signatures on the bottom. And so now I've got that attached to this change order. So if you're on vacation and you're out of the office and somebody wants to see what's going on here, they can follow that paper trail right here with that paper clip. All right. Let's look at here. So accounts payable. If I go into vendors, I want to scroll back a couple here. If I go down to the bottom right hand corner here, it says certificates, and if I click that, this is where I track the expiration dates of the insurance policies or business licenses or whatever it is that you want to track for each of your subcontractors. And once you do that, we kind of call it 3-strike rule. If I go to create a new subcontract, it's going to warn me that it's expired. When I enter the invoice, when they mail it to me, it warns me again. And then when I go to try and write a check, it either A, warns me, which is what this column is, or the way we tell you to set up and really encourage this is just not write the check. So you have 3 chances to catch somebody without insurance, which I think is a big deal. Now, I apologize because I've been working off of this menu because I have for 11 years, but this is the new look. So if I'm a project manager, this would be my screen. I would probably hide this menu, so that's all they would see. And this is their workflow. I need to set up a new job, or they need to look at a job. I need to print a new subcontract or review a subcontract. All of this is right here. This is their daily task. I need to run a subcontract audit report, or I need to see my RFIs. And this is all customizable by you by just clicking this button down here. It says click here to change the process map. So I can take some of this off. They want to look at the schedule or update the schedule. So they're not navigating this menu over here. They're just navigating these icons. Same thing for the people in accounting. If I'm in accounts payable, I set up my vendors here. I look at my purchase orders here. I enter my invoices there. I select my payment and pay my vendors. Everything I need to do is right here in one row. Here are the reports I typically run. They're right here for me to find, what have you. So anyway, I went through quite a bit here. If this all makes sense, give us a holler. We'll set up a formal presentation so you can ask lots more questions. If you need to see a proposal to get some idea of pricing, we can do that for you as well. So anyway, my name's Dennis. 800-659-5851. So 800-659-5851. Or email is easily, I get that all the time. So you want to email me, that'd be fine too. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this video.